means a lot. It's a milestone in my life that I've reached, and it's more motivation to keep going. A lot of things has happened in my first 3 years being in the league, and my career has been definitely a roller coaster. And this is just a blessing. I'm grateful.
What was it like when you signed the deal? What were your emotions? What was going through you?
Well, I had to go to the weights right after, but it's been mixed emotions, high and just very high, in gratitude, and my frequency level is very high right now. So I just feel grateful and blessed, and the work I put in is starting to show, and more work got to be done.
What does it mean that the Rockets organization did this?
If someone had told you when you got here back then, if your agent, somebody said this is what was going to happen today, what would you have thought that day?
That they were just talking. I've always seen my potential, but that's what it's been. These past 3 years, it's just potential, and I'm starting to put everything together. So definitely, it's dope. It's dope.
Scoot,
what does it mean that
you said that you feel better than you ever have felt before? Mentally, you felt like your head was in the game. Mm-hmm. How big of an accomplishment is it for this all to come together when you really feel like you're at your best?
Definitely, it makes everything feel a lot more wow, just worth it. Everything that up until this point, the off season, last season, year with John, just learning. John Wall was here when I first got here, just picking his brain, transitioning into a point guard. All of that, man, it was a journey, and the journey don't stop here. It just gets bigger, and longevity-wise, to be set is, man, it's generational, baby. So that's the ultimate goal. I'm off the court, and it's dope, man.
What does it mean for the city to embrace you like that?
I'm happy, man. This is my home. H-Town, since I've been here, they gave me opportunity. They welcomed me, open arms, and since day one, they've been with me, and I've been with them. And yeah, it's just a reassurance that I'm here, and H-Town, baby, it's my home.
What does it mean that the Rockets have stepped up in this fashion?
Say it again, sorry.
What does it mean that the Rockets have stepped up in this fashion with you?
Say it again.
What does it mean that the Rockets have stepped up like this in this fashion with you?
It means that they're committed to me, and that this is just not just for now. They want me here. They want me a part of the core and what we're building. And having that reassurance definitely builds my confidence. Makes me want to be here. Makes me want to work harder. Everything just is starting to make sense. So definitely.
Where does this day stack up for you and amongst the great days you've had in your career as a basketball player?
I mean, the number one is the biggest day of my life. Outside of basketball, with basketball. So this ranks number one for sure.
Have you gotten a chance to talk to Jalen since you signed?
Yeah, he was actually one of the few first people that knew about it. Me and him are like brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer. So I'm very comfortable sharing my life and my personal with him, and he's congratulating me. He's happy that we're going to be together for much longer. So.
You gonna let him hold the money a little bit?
Nah, JG's okay.
No, KJ.
Oh, KJ? Oh, no, I got KJ for sure. But yeah, Jalen, he ahead of me right now still, god dang. So I got to catch up to my young brother.
Kevin, if you could speak to Rockets fans about what just happened today, what would you like to share with them?
Hey, man, I'm here for a long time, and let's rock and roll.
A lot more than two.
Stephen, what do you think about Kevin getting his new contract?
I'm so happy for him. I mean, thinking about where he came from, when we got him, the conversation we had before he even came, him in the bubble, the G League bubble, him coming up here and having ups and downs and 50-point games and suspension and like everything that we've kind of gone through together. So I'm proud of him. I'm so happy for him. And this is just the beginning, like he said. This is just the beginning for him being like a foundational piece of what we have going on here.
He said he wouldn't have believed it if you told him a couple of years ago that this moment would have been. Obviously, you guys did believe in him and put in the work with him. What is your reaction when you hear that he wouldn't have believed it? He said you guys were just talking. He would have been you guys were just talking at that point. Someone had told him back then that he would be getting this contract.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it. I could see why he would say that. You know, based on what happened in Cleveland and where he was at, he was at a low point. So when you're at a low point of your life, for anybody, whether you're a basketball player or any walk of life, you feel like the walls are caving in and you're trying to figure out how you're going to get out of that. So yeah, I think everybody in the world has had a moment where they're like, this just isn't going to work. But he fought and he worked and he learned and he grew. And we were right there with him all the way and believed in him as a basketball talent for sure, and didn't know what we were getting as a person. But soon after he got here, we knew that he was like a really, really just good, genuine person who needed some people who believed in him, and we do.
Obviously,
Coach,
he has the talent and he put in the work, but do you take some personal satisfaction as this organization in helping him become whatever he's become?
Yeah, I mean, when you put a lot of time into something, and a lot of effort, and a lot of conversations, and a lot of thought, then for it to kind of come to fruition, it feels good. It feels good. I mean, there's no more proud feeling for me than how I feel about him right now. So it's not about me or the organization or anything. It's about him. But yeah, we spent a lot of time and gone through some ups and downs and some moments that he grew from, we grew from, and now we're here. So yeah, it feels good, but I couldn't, like, it pales in comparison to how I feel about him and for him.
Coach, what is it like for you to have maybe a little bit more longevity in the fact that you have a young core and the organization is clearly committed to this young core? How good does that feel as a coach to have that?
Yeah, I mean, stability is always good. It feels good to have the guys that we have. I love our group. I continue to say that. The guys that have been here with Eric and JT and KJ, and then the new guys from last year, and now the new guys from this year, it does seem like we're moving in the right direction as far as solidifying who we're going to be. So as a coach, yeah, it's always good to know that you have a group that's going to be here for a while and you can grow with them and teach them.
Stephen, in your opinion, how much can something like this help Kevin reach his potential, reach new heights, if you will, now that he has this confidence he talked about with the stability and that sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's always like good to have a weight off your shoulders, whether you're thinking about it every day or not. And, you know, people always are asking, are you thinking about the contract? And what do they say? No, but of course they are. So to have that weight lifted off their shoulders and to know that you're going to be in a place for a while, you're financially secure, and you can just kind of go out there and play, then yeah, it's great for him. He should just flourish as a result.
Stephen, what's going through as you get ready for Atlanta? Can you talk about what expectations opening the season, the regular season, where it counts?
Yeah, I mean, again, we're not putting all our eggs in the Atlanta basket. We're trying to do the things that make us successful as far as on the defensive end, being multiple effort and flying around, and then on the offensive end, sharing the ball. And when we do those things, then it will lead to success. So this is a process of many, many games. So yeah, we're excited about getting out there and playing Atlanta and having the first regular season game. And I'm sure there'll be some jitters because we have a bunch of young guys. But for me, it's about like, okay, this is the start of us figuring out who we are and how we can play well, and the wins and losses will come.
You mentioned the suspension. Did you see a growth from him after that, almost like a refocus when he came back from that, the rest of last season and even coming into this season?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, it was definitely like a tipping point maybe, but yeah, he's been growing since we got him, right? And that was just a blip. So immediately after, I would say he and I became closer because we had to have those difficult conversations. And, you know, at moments like that, you really find out how much you love somebody. And I love him. So from that moment on, I guess it was like more solidified. But he's been growing since day one. So
The way
What
that
was your
you
first-
stood by him after that, do you think that built even more trust between the two of you?
I would think so. I would hope so. I mean, that's probably more a question for him. But yeah, when you go through moments and then you come out of them stronger and better, then trust builds.
Can you
What was
take
your first
yourself away
conversation?
from? Can you take yourself away from being Coach Silas and just be Steven Silas for a second, and think about a young man who was 2 years ago just said that this franchise saved his life. You're part of this franchise. You're part of the reason that he is in the position that he's in right now, and the leadership role that he's in right now. What does that mean to you?